Hey, great day to you all. I hope that you guys were all able to wake up super grateful this morning and tell yourself all of those things biggie boo as soon as I go live you start, huh? I hope you were all able to tell yourself all of those amazing things that you needed to hear. Like you're amazing, you're capable, you're strong, you're smart, you're beautiful. You can absolutely accomplish anything that you want. Yeah. Absolutely anything. But what do you want? That's the thing you got to figure out. What is it that you're seeking? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? With real clarity. You know, there's a lot of great stuff happening this week. So I want to remind you guys all of it. And after the video is done, I'll post the links in the comments for you because there's a lot of links. Lots of links for this week. For lots of free fun for you guys all to dive in and get the most out of life. Yeah. So starting with tomorrow, hey, tomorrow I'm on an episode with Irina and Dina. So Irina Portnova and Dina Alexander. I will be on an episode with them tomorrow. I believe it's in Uplifting Self-Talk group, but I will have Irina post in the comments so that, yeah, you guys can have the link. And then Tuesday, while Bruno Gill is hosting the Flourishing Soulful Love event. So that runs all day and it's online. And you can dive in there, and there's a whole bunch of us experts on the panel. So if you guys want to see what's, I'm going to post the pictures for the events for tomorrow in the comments after. So we've got tomorrow's episode with Irina and Dina. And then Tuesday, you got an all-day summit event, Flourishing Soulful Love with Bruno. And, hey, there's a lot of great people on that panel. And it's going to be a good time. And then Thursday, I'm in a LinkedIn audio room. I'm doing a LinkedIn audio room on Thursday, The Power of You, with Monica. And that's a lot of great stuff for you guys this week. A lot. And it's all free. So you know what? Come out and get the most of it or catch the replays. All right? So after the video, I'm going to post the in the comments. I'll give you guys all the links for the show tomorrow that I'll be on, for the summit on Tuesday that I'm on, Flourishing Soulful Love. And then on Thursday, I'm on another show, an audio room on LinkedIn, The Power of You. So I want to give you guys all of that stuff that's accessible to you guys. Catch it on the replays if you can't show up. But hey, people like myself and everybody that I have joined forces with, literally, we're all out here on the same service to mankind. And it was funny because I was just over in LinkedIn on Cassandra Terry's audio room. And I heard something that's very, very, very relevant and very much needed to express to everybody that isn't there. We get messages from all different facets. Well, that's a message that I needed to hear today. Not everybody that is claiming as your community really is. And you'll feel it. And that's okay. Because, hey, that happens as well. And it ties into what I want to talk to you guys and remind you guys all about. We always want to watch how people are showing up in our lives, and big head, we don't, okay, look, let me drop it like this. Now that my dog has distracted me, and if she continues to do so, yeah, can you stop? Okay, look, the majority of the time, when somebody's in front of us, presenting themselves as who they want us to see them to be, we don't see them for who they are. We see them for what our patterns are telling us it is. Unless you've cleaned out and corrected those patterns. What do I mean exactly? Well, we make excuses for people. We allow them to be who they choose to be in our life according to their wants and needs without standing up for our own half the time. And it ties into that message that I heard in LinkedIn today. Not everybody's your community. And you feel it when they are. A lot of people come into our lives for many different reasons, whether it's a contact, a connection, an interaction, a situation, a relationship, a partnership, or a season or a lifetime. Yeah. But I'd like to say it like this. I'm very, very different than the norm. Or than, you see, there's only one of me, just like there's only one of you. So I am no more special than you are. You are just as special in this game of life as I am. Okay? What makes me different are the choices that I make for myself. So, with all the inner work that I've done, I see things with great clarity. I receive messages with great clarity because there's no distortion from my mind or from my life experience. And this is what I was trying to explain a little before. Thank you. Yes, and it ties into it exactly. I'm clear about who I am, so it gives me a clarity to see others for who they are. But in direct correlation to how I treat myself and what I believe to be real about myself is the exact correlation to what I'm going to believe of others. What do I mean by that? Well, if I sit and I shame myself, if I blame myself, if I guilt myself, if I judge myself, that is exactly what I am doing to others. So you really have to watch where you're getting your information that you deem valid. You have to be careful what you allow to be your source of belief systems that you have for yourself. What do I mean by that? Well, hey, listen. Okay, big head. Yeah, my dog is really distracting me. Yeah, big time. She's playing with my nerves right now. So it's whether do I stay on this live or do I shut it down, because right now that dog is running my last nerve. Big head. And she does it every time I come out live. She does it every single time without fail. So I'm going to have to start doing something about that, because every time I come out with a serious topic to talk, I've been jumping around like this because the dog keeps acting up. So it's okay. It's all right. It's learning. I'm going to stay calm about it, but I'm going to fix it. And that's one thing about me. When there's something that just doesn't make me feel right, I address it and I fix it head on with clarity. And this is what I'm trying to encourage other people to do. See people for who they are showing up to be and not looking at them from your belief systems. There's a huge difference when you're allowing the free will for somebody to show up as they are, or whether you are governing the experience merely from your thoughts of it all. And that's why I encourage people to stay still in their mind and feel things from their heart all the time. So what does that really mean? Well, look, a lot of people are going to come and they're going to talk and tell you everything that they think you want to hear. to get whatever it is that they want from you, that they need from you. People don't come to you without a need for you. And that's why when people's needs for you change, so do their interactions with you. It's facts. And that's just the way it is. I can be real with it. And that's why I can factually see people for who they're showing up to be in my life, no matter what interaction it is. But I look past the person and what they're telling me. I see the body language, I feel the energy, and I know the intention. Without any kind of distortion from brain patterns and misconception of belief systems. Well, a lot of people who feel that they're damaged and they hate the world, well, that's the same thing that they're going to get off of people. Whether the other individual is happy or not, they're seeing it from their distorted lens of how they see themselves. You see? Like it's messed up. So that's why it's really important about how you see yourself. Because if you're anybody like me and can read energy, you need to know what's yours and what's not. And this is why I encourage people to get right with themselves primarily. And it doesn't matter who, what, when, where, why, or how shows up in your life. None of it matters. What matters is how you see yourself. And that you're okay. And that you can maintain harmony, balance, and stability within yourself no matter what you have to live. And a lot of people just don't seem to do it. They sit there, they make excuses for themselves, make excuses for other people, make excuses for bad behavior, shitty ways. But the same magnitude of what they do is what they do to themselves. So what I encourage you guys to do is this. Stop operating from outdated belief systems about yourself and about others. Because half the time when you think about somebody, you're thinking about them from an experience of, you think you know them from fucking 20 years ago and it's got no relevance. Know people for who they are showing up in your life today to be. You know, there are more people stuck in my past and who I used to be than I will ever be stuck there ever in life. And it's really messed up. It really is. They see me and they talk about me and they present me as somebody that I haven't been that person in like 15 years, 20 years. And they really still believe me to be that way. Christ, I'm not the same as I was yesterday. So everybody believing that, oh, I could possibly be that same person. Well, look, no, I'm not. Far from it. I'm able to encourage people and pull them out of their own shit. Well, I can't do that if I'm living in shit within my mind. I can't correct other people's thinking patterns if I've got fucked up thinking patterns. It doesn't work like that. So if you want to see people showing up for who they are in your life, you really got to see them for who they are and not who you decide they are. Because it alters everything. And we all have beliefs about people and we all have beliefs about things and whatever. Do not let your belief systems get in the way of clouding your vision to see people for who they are. No matter who they are. And that's why I say all the time, it doesn't matter what title is attached. No. Me, I don't care what title is attached. I see people for who they are, not their title or not what they're presenting to be. Because half the time they're full of shit coming with a mask anyway. And they're trying to hide their true intentions. So you got to see past that. You have to. Not everybody's your community. Not everybody is there genuinely to support you or help you. Nah, they're not. Not at all. So see them for who they are. And they have the free will to do that without it causing you any kind of glitch in your day. Okay? So no matter who or what shows up in your life, you have the power to be still and not give them the permission to disrupt your harmony and balance. We give away the permissions to people that are not relevant in our life to sway our own well-being. All the time. Until you unlearn to do that. You know why we do that shit? Because that's how we've been trained to do it. Literally. We've been trained and forced to love people because of titles when they don't even deserve love. Like, no. The way they treat people, they don't deserve anything but a backhand. But anyway, that's another story. But factually speaking, we make excuses for people because we want to people please. We're scared not to be liked or accepted or loved. You know what? Screw all that. Don't make excuses for nobody. Not even yourself. And while you're making excuses for people, well, then you're enabling them to be exactly who they are in your life. And I'm telling you, according to the need that people have for you is the exact correlation to their interactions with you. Somebody's not going to check on you if they don't give a shit to. You know what I'm saying? Listen, they show up for who they don't expect nothing from nobody but yourself primarily. And see people for who they are in your life. And why are they there? Everybody's got a reason for it. Well, start looking at the reasons why people stay attached to you. Yeah. And really do a cleanup in your life. Take out the trash. Anybody that's not there for your well-being, get rid of them. And don't make excuses for it. And don't make excuses for them. Not everybody is there to cheer you on. Some are there just to sit and watch you in your suffering and laugh at you. Some are there to cause your suffering. Some of them will throw sticks at you the whole way. There's not too many that'll really cheer you on genuinely. So the ones that do are the ones that are valid and worthy of your time and your effort and your energy. Because while you're taking away from yourself to do for anybody else, hear what I just said. You are taking from what you must do yourself when you must do for another. So if that's not reciprocated to you, it should not be happening. The people that you should be having in your life are the ones that appreciate what you bring and validate that and voice that to you. Factually. And I've really recognized the difference over the past couple of months of my life. Factually. I know the ones that appreciate what I bring and the ones that don't. Well, in my governance of my energy and being, well, don't you think that I'm going to stay connected to the ones that reciprocate the love that I bring? Of course. Quicker than anything else. That's why there is maybe a handful, literally, that are connected to me. Other than that, everybody's in their own dinghy in that ocean of sharks, as far as I'm concerned. Has nothing to do with me. Because I'm very different. I don't judge people. I let them be exactly who they choose to be. And I don't stop loving anybody, whether I cut them out of my life or not. Because that's me. I hold no animosity, no shame, no guilt, no blame, no regret, nothing. If I had to do it all again, I would do it all. Every single bit of it. That's what makes me different. where everybody's sitting in regret about, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Fuck all that shit. Accept it all and make every painful bit of your experience into your fuel and power. Simple. Simple. You know, we get distracted, distorted, and dissuaded, deflected from our heart's desires because we have and allow so much bullshit in our life. Things that take up our time, our space, our energy, our flow, and they're not even valid because they're there not reciprocating what you bring. And then on top of it, we make excuses for why we allow this. And it's not cool. So this is where the self-accountability and self-ownership really has to play a part in your life. Why should anybody else be in control of you, your destiny, or your heart's desires? Nobody should be, except for you. Now, people that come into our life, either they come to help you with those or they come to stop you from those. And there's no in between. So either people are coming to take from you or they bring something to you. And you know, a lot of people think, oh, it's money and it's this and that. It's got nothing to do with money. It's the energy. And the perfect way to figure that out is, how do you feel when you walk away from people? I'm sure everybody has had that feeling of what it feels like to be, hey, Andy, I'm happy to see you here. Love to you, girl. So you know what? Everybody knows what it feels like when you're having an interaction with somebody and then you walk away. And there's two feelings that you're going to feel. Before any thought about it, you're going to either feel like, oh, expansion. I love you too. You know what? You're awesome, Andy. Guys, for everybody watching and listening, this is a warrior woman with 11 children, and I salute her. Okay? You all think it's hard with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? You know what? This is a warrior woman with 11. I salute you, Andy, and I love you. I love you. I'm really grateful for the connection, too, that I met her the other night with Anka. Went on her live. She's awesome. So, guys, look, I want you to be focused on when somebody walks away from you. Every interaction that you have in your life, I want you to sit with how it makes you feel. And that is your truest answer, whether this person is good for you in your life or not. Thank you. Love you, too. Oh, she really is awesome, guys. She's got like this Mother Mary Magdalene kind of energy going on with her. She's really, she pulls me to her. I'm very, I magnetize to, I pull towards people that I resonate with, and she's one of them. She's one of them. See, and this is what I talk about, the feeling that you get with people. Ties in perfectly. After an interaction with anybody, you either feel two ways. You either feel expanded and you feel good and you feel like you can conquer the world, or you feel like a piece of shit. You feel drained, you feel confusion, chaos, it didn't feel right. Those are the only two feelings you're going to get out of any interaction. Well, why would you sit there and question those feelings that your body is processing all the data that you just picked up and you're feeling the effects of it? Why would you neglect that? Because we've been conditioned to. That's why. We've been conditioned to put our feelings and our wants on the back burner and not validate them. Yeah. And then we've been loaded with fear because we're scared to voice our opinions or put boundaries because we want to people please. And we want to be loved and accepted. Well, not everybody is for you. And you must accept that. You think that I'm for just anybody? Fuck no. Far from it. There are people that can't even digest what I have to say. Does that stop me? No. But I clearly know who's for me and who's not. Whether it's a friendship, an interaction, anything that I put my energy into. But I have to be self-accountable to that. So I hear a lot of people lately complaining about how others are making them feel. Well, I'm going to say something. Nobody can make you feel any way but your own choices. Because when you feel a certain way from somebody, you have that right and that free will not to ever have that interaction again, because you were supposed to learn from it, not dive back into that interaction every single time, having the same result. You cannot do the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. It doesn't work like that. Change has to happen somewhere. Well, what's the biggest change? I love that exactly. Yes, you have to. You cannot, and you can't deny your feelings. That is your true compass. I hear way too many people saying, well, this didn't make me feel good. This didn't make me feel good. This didn't make me feel good. I am sitting here as a person that was born into not a walk in the park, let's say. And the things that I've had happen to me, not okay either. But I do not sit here today blaming anybody, any person, place, or thing. That's insanity. Yeah. I don't blame any person, place, or thing. I look at my whole life as experience. Every little thing, what anybody may seem as good or bad or hard to live. Yeah, it may have been hard to live it. But it is no longer existent in my today if I am not fueling to relive it. That's why we have the ability to open our day freshly and close it off at night too. And leave everything in the day that was supposed to stay there. Well, today, before you close out your day, look at the interactions that you tolerate in your life that are not healthy for you. That come and deplete you and take from you and bring you nothing back. And I don't mean financially. These people that you're supporting or doing things for, do they appreciate the magnitude of your energy? Do you realize that when you take away from your life and you do for anybody else, do you know what kind of life force you're putting there? I think the calculation, if I'm not mistaken, is 2.73 kilohertz of energy. 2.73 trillion kilohertz of energy you're carrying. Well, that's the same energy you're putting into everybody else but your own self. Factually. I did it. Do you think that if I was putting my energy to all of these places that were not appreciating what I bring, that I would have been able to heal my face? No, I cut out anything that is depleting in my life. And things are always changing. But I respect what my data centers are processing from the energy that's flowing through me. All the time. Because nobody is left with the unbalance but yourself, should you allow these things to continue. And the only reason why we put up with it is because we make excuses for these people. Oh, they're suffering. Or, oh, they need us. Or, oh, this. Or, oh, that. You know, we can support people by giving them the tools. You know, it's like that story about giving a man a fish or teaching him how to fish. I'm not interested in handing out fish. I'm interested in showing everybody how to tap into the highest potential of their being and make absolutely everything and anything happen for themselves. No matter what it is. I see way too many people trusting everything but themselves. I see way too many people extending permissions to everything but their own heart. Guys, that makes you sick. I see people making excuses for the things and the people that they allow to govern their life. I hear more excuses in a day than meaningful conversation. That used to be me. You know what? That used to be me too. That's how come I can speak about it, Andy, because I walked it. I lived it. Nobody knows it better than one that's walked it. And you know what's crazy, Andy? A lot of people think that I come out here and it's aggression and I'm angry. No. I'm powerful now being in my heart space and being healed. And I want every living, breathing soul to be of the same capacity because they have it. Andy, you know, last year I had total paralysis on this side of my face, flesh eating. They gave me 3 months to live, on top of everything I've already lived. If I caved to what everybody else believed according to their belief systems, I'd be dead. And this is why I encourage people to see people for who they are. And I don't care what title it is, a doctor, a priest, whatever the hell, it doesn't matter. There's still people with their own belief systems. When you tap into the Most High and the power of what's fueling you, which is love, titles don't matter anymore. And you got to learn what's depleting you and throwing you off balance and basically what you're allowing to do that, because what drove me to that point is me allowing harmful things in my life and making excuses for it. Well, I'm self-accountable enough to own that and not make excuses or blame it on anybody else. It's my choices that drove me to death 7 times. Well, it was my choices also to come back from death 7 times. Beyond any belief system of anybody. I had to watch what I was giving permission to. And giving somebody permission to write my story is not going to ever happen. So I encourage you guys all to not let it happen for yourselves either. You know, you guys are the master in your life. You're the magician. Everything you're feeling and you're living is because you've created it. You're a creator. You're creating all the time. But right now you're creating from a pattern of experience of your life and belief systems that are not true about your own self. Why? Because ever since we're born, we're told everything that we should do. We're told who we should love. We're told our name. We're told who the people are in our life that we must love according to title. Come on. How many of us as kids were forced to go hug somebody that we didn't even like, that gave us the creeps or touched us wrong or knew that wasn't? Come on. How many people have told us in our lifetime to be quiet about the things that we've had to suffer because it's nobody's business? That's stuff we have to carry with us. It's not right, and it's not fair. These are the things that construct your belief systems. These are the things that make people lie, is because our parents teaching us to do it. You can push past that. And yeah, it's hard to face the belief systems that you have stored in there by everybody else. But you have to forgive the cause of those effects of your programming. That's the way you accept it and release it. But if you can't even look at it because you're too scared to, you're in a cycle of avoidance. And you can't do that either. You have to disrupt these cycles. And we all operate on cycles and patterns. Automatically. Your brain is running automatically. It's an automatic program because it runs everything else. That's what it's for. That 95% subconscious brain is actually to run every one of your automatic systems. Your 5 senses, your central nervous system, your reproductive system, your endocrine system, all your hormones, the reactions to things, the central nervous system. That's why you can't play in there. But everything else that's stored in there from your life experience is on repeat too, producing every idea that pops up like a jack in the box, every thought that follows that, everything you think, say, and do. And this is why I've been telling people, guys, you really got to be self-accountable and look. Instead of watching and listening to everything else, listen to the things that you are saying. Watch the things that you are doing. Take your focus from everywhere else and put it on you. And take a look. Literally. And then take it a step higher. Ask yourself why you operate the way you do. Challenge your own belief systems. Challenge who you are. Because every day we're either going up or down. So if you're not learning, thriving, growing, and mastering yourself for optimum wellness, well then the reversal of that, the equal opposite reaction, is destruction. The patterns that we've been installed with destroy us. Should we not correct them? I know. I've had to do a lot of inner work to correct what I was programmed with. Yeah, because it wasn't just the first 7 years of my life. It continued right up until 3 years ago. Until I could really put a halt and a correction to it. That's when I was spiritually awakened. Yeah. Doesn't mean I didn't work at it for 30 years. Doesn't mean that I didn't feel like a problem all my life. Why did I feel like that? Because I was made to feel like that. Why did I feel like I had to play down and dummy down all the time? Because I was told to as a kid. Me being able to come out here and talk about things openly without any kind of is a huge contradiction from how I was raised to be. You're too much. Do you know what it's like to just go open your mouth to your family or anybody around you and you're always told to shh before you even speak? Well, that's me. Being silenced before even able to voice what you're trying to say. Had I run on those belief patterns, I wouldn't even be out here talking to you guys. Had I been running on those belief patterns that, I was too much, well, being too much saved my life 7 times. So those who don't like it, with the titles attached, to make me believe anything different, should they be relevant today? No, they shouldn't be. Well, they're only as relevant in my life as I give them permission to be. Simple, no matter what face is attached. And I hope and pray that you all can do the same too. There should be nothing in your life governing your life but your heart and your heart's desires. No person, place, thing should be governing that for you, no matter who it is. Every single one of us has a unique journey on this planet. Every single one of us has a reason to be here. And everybody's so concerned about the war and everything going on and the eclipse and this and that and this 3 days of darkness and everybody living in fear. Listen to me when I tell you all this. The Most High and the governing force of the universe is not about destruction, but it damn well is about correction and reinstallation of the loving operations that should be flowing every day between everybody. And that's the key to it. Love heals you. Love makes everything work in your experience. Every single one of your systems is operated by love. The love of the Most High. Factually. And you know, I've said it, and I've said it, and I've said it again. I have a Bible here from the 1800s that was given to me by my 100-year-old grandmother before she went into the residence. That Bible is unlike any Bible I've ever seen in my life. The contents of that is unlike any Bible I've ever seen in my life. And I will tell you something, it is very, 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 very different than the scriptures that are being read aloud in this in the 1900s. I'll tell you that right now. Guys, I want you to understand that there should only be one law other than the 12 universal laws, which is love. This is why the corrections and the things have to shift on the planet, because nobody can operate in a condition of stress for an extended period of time without getting sick. We all have the capacity to deal with stress and stressful situations for short periods of time, and then we must relax, rest, and rejuvenate. Nobody can live under stressful conditions, which are a threat, continuously without disharmony. Well, this is how the planet has been forced to operate in totality. Factually. And everybody's worried. Well, don't be worried about anything. This is the whole point of everything. To rid the fear. To rid the shame. To rid the blame. To give the generations to come a fresh, clean slate. From what? From all of the sins of the lineage incompletion. Because all those that have passed away in the lineage and ancestry that are no longer here with you today, trust me, they are living and breathing through you. And every bit of karma that they haven't paid, well, it's indebted to you. And every correction that they couldn't stand up and talk about, or they were forced into silence about, you're expected to speak on and educate others with. This is what standing up in the lineage and being that chosen one to free your lineage is all about. Because everybody's scared of the war and everything what's going to happen on this earth. But guess what? The real war that's happening on a daily basis is for the souls. And it's either Yahweh winning the souls or not. So like I mentioned to you guys yesterday, take a look at your operation systems, but take a look at who's got your soul. More so now than ever. And who are you really showing up in this world to be? Are you allowing the love from the universe to flow through you and project through you? Are you a being that's worthy of getting the most out of your experience? Or are you sitting there in destructive denial and exposing and projecting that to everybody? Because it's man's free will that's going to allot them whether they stick around or not. This is why I encourage everybody to be the best person that they can be, no matter what is showing up in their life. No matter what person, place, or thing. It is not about anybody else or what they're doing. And a lot of people have said, well, this person did this, so I have to do this. No, you don't. That's their karma for who they choose to show up to be. Where you produce the karma and all of that is how you react to that. Well, half the time the people that are showing up in your life that are not the best that they can be, it's because they need love. Well, there's only so much that you can take away from yourself to give to another, even if it's love. You cannot pour from your cup to another unless your cup's full. Because what's going to happen if you're pouring into a cup of another and you're half empty? Factually. And you got to take a look at that. And this is why I say you got to not make excuses for the people that show up in your life the way that they are. They're either coming to bring to you or they are taking from you, and there is no ands, ifs, or buts, and it doesn't matter what title is attached. Exactly. Thank you, Andy. And we make excuses for people according to what they think their life experience has been. And then we feel sorry for them. Well, I can sit here proudly and say, no matter what I've lived, I don't feel sorry for myself, and I don't feel sorry for anybody on the planet. So I don't know. There's somebody at my door. Yeah. So factually speaking, you know, people are either coming to bring to you, bring something to your life, or they need something from you. Yeah. And you know what? It's crazy because there's another thing too. A lot of people claim that they want you in their life, but they treat you like they don't. Well, you know what? Believe them how they treat you instead of what they tell you. How somebody treats you is going to tell you more than what somebody tells you. And we get sometimes too caught up in what people tell us, and it deflects and distracts us and distorts what they're actually doing. You know, I can give a perfect example of that. You know, when somebody wants to talk to you, no matter how busy they are, they're going to find the time. When somebody wants to show up in your life for you, no matter what's going on in theirs, they will. Don't sit around and wait to do anything on anybody else's time constraints or, you know, yes, they will. Yeah, they do. They do. You know what? Perfect example. You know what? I didn't really want to get personal, but I'm going to. Because maybe I'll share this story with you guys also, that it'll, you know, maybe it'll open the eyes of the women, the single women out there too, that are dealing with maybe the same thing I am. I have a lot of gentlemen right now that are claiming to be interested in me and so-called life with me and da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, but it's all the song and the dance, and I see through it all. Because recently, I have seen what that truly means for the first time in my life. What do I mean? Well, you know, I've had many, many, many people, men lately, trying to dangle and pull, you know? Like, you know that fucking toy for the cat? You know, you got a toy and you shake the feather to get the cat to play around with it. Well, that's what a lot of guys are doing to me. But I don't play around. I'm looking at that going, yeah, okay. Do you have a better toy than that? Like, because that's not stimulating at all. But then, because these are guys that, oh, yeah, you know, they show interest for the 1-2 days, but then the consistency stops. You see? And then they come with excuses, and they come with all kinds of shit talk, and I'm like laughing to myself, literally going, okay. They don't realize I see them for who they are, but I see them for who they are. Then so I'm feeling that, going like, okay, well, you know what? I'm a person, I don't need a partner. I'm an all-in-one. I can do what I got to do. I don't depend on anybody, because I couldn't depend on anybody to save my life. So I have just been trained to govern and depend on me. Well, there was a guy that came into my life a couple of days ago, and holy fuck, what a difference. I can't say it enough. There are some men out there that really stay true to their words. And I just saw that. Like, I have a best friend that I call him my husband that I don't sleep with. And I see that with him. But because it's not the same type of interaction, it's different. Because yeah, he's solid and yeah, he's always there for me, but we don't have anything sexual. So it's very different. But because I'm single again, and a lot of guys see me deemed, okay, single and available, well, it's like I said on my live yesterday, I feel like I'm the rabbit that got let out and all these hounds are chasing me. Well, these guys are also chasing me with their dumbass belief systems, their bag of bullshit, and they think they're going to win it over on me, and they can't. And there's no man that can tell me he's interested in me and doesn't holler, or is waiting for me to holler. Nah. You know what? There's this man that jumped into my life a couple of days ago, and I gave him the chance to get to know him. Yo, I finally see the difference. From a man who claims to be interested and one that's truly interested. By the actions behind the words. And it's very contradictory to everything else I've ever lived in my life. So more so now than ever, like I always say, I learn every day. But I have learnt the difference about what I've been accepting for myself from what I should be accepting in my life. Like, it is a total contradiction. This is why I encourage everybody to see people for who they are, because there's a couple of men that I really genuinely was like, okay, well, I'll hold out, for the possibility, possibly, like as if I'm, nah, not after seeing how this guy steps up to me. There's no way. That just set the bar so high for every other man trying to come at me. It's not even funny. Because he showed up to be authentically him and was in tune with what he was feeling, was able to express it, was also able to express to me how I made him feel, what he wants from me, what he sees our future to be, what he would like to have with me, all in a span of 3 days. So the men that I've been talking to for months that can't even give me a plan or an idea of where they see me in their interest of me, oh my God, flush, 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 flush. Because even myself, I was giving these men benefit of the doubt, giving them that opportunity and time to show me. In comparison to this one that's popped into my life over the past 3 days, none of these guys have been talking anything right to me because I just heard all the right things. So it's really mind-blowing for me because even myself, I was allowing certain people to have full access to me. And you know what? I realize now how it was not beneficial to me. And it's only now seeing a different thing that I can relate or I can understand it. So now I understand why people make excuses for people. Because fuck, I just sat here for months in my single coming out of this relationship that almost took me out to like, okay, yeah, I'm healing, but being open to see what my options are. What woman wouldn't want that? No woman's meant to be alone. No. We're all supposed to have a great man to lean on. Well, oh boy, my brain pattern has been shifted completely by this man coming in like he just proved to me what a man is capable of. And this is not in a sexual facet. This is in a hey, I'm passionate about you. I want you. This is the plan. This is what I want. I see you with me for the rest of my life. Yo, it didn't take him even a month to tell me that. And he hasn't even touched me yet. Whereas I've been talking to options and I see that they're not coming at me with nothing. When I see the dynamic of what is. And this man telling me straight up, yo, I've got you now. Like, I want you to depend on me. I will provide everything you need. That's a man. And you know, I didn't think that these provider men existed, but this is the way it's supposed to be. And I really saw first-handedly what it feels like for a man to step up and say, you are one of a kind, you are special, and I want you for the rest of my life. Well, that is what has just happened to me. Which is quite different than any interaction with a man I've ever had in my life. Factually. And I realize how much I've been making excuses for all kinds of people. And just like sitting around going, oh, okay, well, maybe that's a possibility. Or because it wasn't. So the learning that I've had with this experience is mind-blowing for me. And it changes the way that I see myself. And it changes the way my expectations of a man. I don't normally have expectations, but I do have standards. Well, it's like I finally met somebody that can express and communicate. So it is possible. Whereas I've been making excuses for people with their lack of communication skills, with their lack of awareness, their lack of not knowing what they truly want with me. Well, nah. It took not even 2 days for a man to figure that out. It actually took him 3 hours to spend some time with me. That's it. 3 hours. And he wants a lifetime. And I look at all the men that I've been allotting my time and my space and my energy to that can't even express that they love me. But this man, holy shit, he's coming in and like saying, you know what? I'm going to prove to you how much. You know, like I didn't even know that it existed anymore. I didn't know that it was even an option for me. I was actually getting to the point where I'm like, look, if I can't find somebody of my magnitude to share my life with, forget it. Like, this is just a crock of shit. I'll stay alone. But this guy swiftly changed my idea about it all. And I love a lot of great men. And I had hopes for a lot of great things in my life. But this man is ready to put me for life. Because he sees who I am. He appreciates my energy. Sits there and tells me, yo, you're glowing. And I love it. And what it triggers in me, he can express and he can talk about. With no shame, blame. He's open, communicative, loving, passionate. Like, I didn't even know that it existed. And I made excuses for all those that didn't come with it. And I believed that I just had to be accepting of it. So this is why I come out and I talk about it, because nobody has to accept that. And we all settle for less, thinking that that's what we have to do. We don't. And I've just realized that for myself too. Because I was in a long contemplation for the past couple of months going, okay, there's really not much to pick from out here. Like, am I just going to have to settle? Is this what's really going down? Because I don't want to settle. So that means I'm just going to have to settle to be alone. Well, no, doesn't look like it. And, I came out here and I've been telling people, there's somebody for everybody. Whether you've had the wrong partners or whatever, there's learning in everything. And there always is that one person that's meant for us. Believe it or not. That's why I encourage you guys all to love yourself and to love others and to not close yourself off to cycles, and patterns that are no longer relevant to your today. Yes, I found mine in 2013. I'm happy to hear for you, Andy, because you're an amazing woman. You really are. I love Andy's energy. She's so amazing. And I'll say it again for anybody just hopping in. This woman's got 11 kids. So if y'all think you're having a hard time with 1, 2, maybe 3, she's got 11. So you want some mothering tips? Reach out to Andrea. Okay? I'm sure she's got a lot of tips for you. She's a master by now. I had 6 kids already. Well, there you go. Well, look at that. You had another 5 after. That's amazing. You know what the funniest thing about it is? And I'll say it openly. And I know this video it's going to be on YouTube and stuff. So you know what? I'm going to say it openly too. My baby making days are over. I've been in a menopausal state and over menopause fully for like 3 years. I haven't had a period or a menstrual cycle. It's done. Well, this man that I'm talking to firmly believes that the power of the Most High will give him his truest heart's desires, and that's for me to have a baby for him. So we'll see how that plays out. Oh, shit. I was like, look, if you're that powerful, I'm down. But if you're not, well, it won't happen. Like, simple as that, But this is a man, you see what I mean? The difference? I've been tolerating men that can't even give me anything reciprocated that I say to them. Even words, never mind actions. And this guy's coming in and saying, nah, it's for life and I want to have a baby with you. Like, you're still young. And I'm like, oh my God. But he's looking for a lifetime. Somebody who knows what he wants. But it's because he sees me for who I am. Well, he clearly knows who he is in order to be able to step to me like that. So see people for who they are when they show up in your life. And not from your preconceived notions. And this is why it's so important. Because had I not given this man the time, that's good. Yeah, I think so. I think so too. But had I not given him the time to see him for who he really is, and if I had believed my belief systems, I would have never even spent that time to get to know him. And all it took was 3 hours. And literally, he told me today, he's like, I see you as my wife. I dreamt about you pregnant. Like, yeah, And that's a couple of days. And I haven't even touched the man. So you know what? This is somebody that actually knows what I bring. And is not going to miss up on the opportunity. Well, that's a man that is deserving of me and everything I bring. And that's why I say, when people want to make time for you, they will. Because nobody in my life is more busy than this guy, and he has made time for me. No matter what. And that's what he told me too. Don't let people tell you they can't make time. I don't remember my dreams mostly, but when I do, they seem to be of the future. Yeah. Big time. Yeah. They're warnings and messages, and because, yeah, it wasn't for no reason that we all ended up in the same room the other night. And that's why you and I will have a one-on-one. Yeah. You're highly gifted too, Andy. Highly. And you've been an earth angel to so many. But I'm not going to get into that personally out here on my lives. We'll do that one-on-one. Yeah. Because that's why we resonate. Because you know what? You're the same magnitude as I am, earth angel. Factually. I feel it on you. I know. Yeah. I know. And because of what's happening in the world right now, we're connecting and activating each other to our fullest potential. That's what has to happen now. But it's crazy that during all of this, that this man has come in. And you know something, Andy? There's one thing. All I've wanted and all I want out of this life is to be loved properly. That's all I want. Well, I think I'm about to be just that. Should I allow it to be? And this is why. I encourage you guys to push past your belief systems, because for months I've been believing that a man like this doesn't exist. Yeah. And how did I start thinking about a man like this? Well, because I'm listening to Derek Jackson, the guy that I post all over. Every time he goes live, I post it. Well, this is the same man that made me see clearly that I needed to leave what I was living or it would kill me. That's why I follow this guy. Okay? Well, he also has been doing a lot of lives with master classes that I've gone to, and has spoken about what an evolved man looks like. What does a man look like that's solid in his skin and knows how to communicate and can express his passions and can express his dreams with you and his goals with you, because then he sees you a part of that. Well, that's exactly what this man has come into my life and presented himself to be. And you know something? This is a man that there's nothing that I can give him but me. He's set up. He has his finances in order totally. He's a solid man. There's nothing that I could give this man other than me. Well, that seems to be enough for him. Oh, yeah. And I didn't even know this existed. So that's why I'm saying, you know what, guys, you got to watch who's coming in and out of your life, because while we're messing around, wasting our time with the wrong ones or the wrong things, it is not getting us anywhere. And how do we know when the things are right for us or the people are right for us? It's because they expand your heart. You feel expanded. You feel amazing. You don't feel constricted, doubtful, running in your brain, questioning anything. That's all a real man needs. Yeah. And I'm realizing that now. I'm realizing that now. I've never had a man who came into my life as a provider, man. As a, hey, I have all the money that you need. I have all of the stability that you need. I have all of me that you need. You don't need to look anywhere else. I will take care of you, and I will provide for you, and I will give you anything you want under this sun just because you're you. I've never had that in my life. Ever. So yeah, it felt very weird for it to happen. But it's happened. Big time. So much so that it's made me rethink a lot of things within myself, what I want, where I'm going, how do I maneuver this? Like, learning never ends. But I'll tell you something. A real man doesn't hesitate either. I've realized that too. Well, I encourage you guys all. It felt weird for me too. Really? Because it really feels weird. It really feels weird. I've never had a man come into my life like this and say, I don't care what you're living. I don't care about anything. I see you. I have everything that you need and want under the sun. I am the man for you. And I see you as my wife already. And this is like a couple of days. Man, is it weird. Because every man I've ever dealt with, well, I'm either I'm too truthful, I'm too this, I'm too that, I'm too this, not enough of this, not enough of that. Okay, well, she's too masculine, she's too this, she's too that, she's too this, she's too that. Yes, my comments are lagging, don't worry about it. But they do that. Toby, when are you starting your coaching classes? I love you, Irina. Irina, do me a favor. Now that you're out here, we can talk about it one-on-one. Yeah, we will. Irina, do me a favor while you're out here, please. Can you please post the link? Did you do the episode alert for tomorrow? I mentioned the episode that we're on tomorrow, that I'm joining you and Dina. But I told them that I would post it in the comments after. I love you too. But yeah, Irina, I got some news for you, eh? Remember I was telling you that I am going to manifest the perfect partner? Done. Done. Remember I've been saying there's no point in doing any of this unless I have a solid partner to do it with? Well, I was serious. Well, the universe just delivered that. Facts. Crazy. Yes. Yes, it's happened. And look how long. It's been weeks I've been talking about it. Well, it has shown up in my life and claimed me as a provider, financially established, solid in his skin, able to express his wants, his needs, his desires, and his passions. And within days has told me I will be his wife. That's what happens when you hang out with me and Bruno. I love it. I love it. Andy, you know, Andrea, you have to meet Irina. Andrea, on the comments, is a woman that has 11 children. She lives in the States, and she has Earth Angel energy, and I really, really want you guys to connect. Because I'm hoping that she'll get the most out of all your episodes like I do. She's of the same caliber, and I'm glad you hopped on because you guys, I've been thinking about connecting you and Andy since I connected with her the other day. I just didn't know how it was going to work yet because I didn't know if she was on Facebook. So, hey, you guys make the connect while you're out here. Yeah. So, guys, there are so many amazing people that you could be putting your time and effort into instead of accepting things that you shouldn't in your life. And this is, perfect example. I told you guys at the beginning of the live, I'm going to do an episode with Irina and Dina tomorrow. And go put your energy in places that appreciate you and love you and can reciprocate back what you bring. And if it doesn't, do not go and put your energy there. Woohoo! Let's connect. Yes. Like, look at these wonderful women. You know, connecting with Irina literally has changed my life because I don't feel alone anymore. Okay? Somebody that's as awake and connected as I am, I felt alone in this world, feeling not understood, feeling like people didn't get it. Well, Irina gets it. Fully. We can have a conversation that flows. It's meaningful. There's no jargon, no filler, no, and we respect and reciprocate and love, it's a really healthy connection. This is why I encourage you guys all to do the same and don't settle for these people that are just coming to succubus your life force. Oh, Toby, I love you. I love you too, Irina, big time. And I speak from the heart when I tell you that. That's why you see me come out to all the episodes and you come out. Like, I will shut down my live to come to see your episodes. You know, that's why I share the episodes. That's why I encourage everybody to come watch the episodes. Hey, you know. Oh, and guess what? Like you mentioned, the classes, we got some stuff to talk about. Because I don't want to say it out here, but I have my idea, finally, of what my program is going to be called. And that was the biggest thing. But I apologize your energy so much. I apologize your energy so much. I've had vampires on me most of my adult life. That's what I call them, yes. I apologize your energy so much. I don't know. I think your autocorrect changed that. I think you're saying you appreciate my energy, and I appreciate you too. That's why I love you. You know, you're lucky though that I'm not a dude and that you're not single, because you know I'd probably be trying to hook up with you, Irina. That's how magnificent you are, okay? Yeah, but I'm really excited. So tomorrow before the episode, we'll chit-chat in the StreamYard to tell you all about it. I'm in the car. Well, tomorrow before the episode, we'll have to get together and chit-chat about this Dreamweaver in my life that has come to claim his stake, claim his territory. Say, yes, I want you as my queen. I was like, woo-hoo. Woo! That's a man. So all those guys that were intimidated, let them be intimidated. Because it was all meant to be. I'm looking forward to our chat. Yes. Oh, yeah, me too. Okay, so ladies and guys, I love you all. And I'm excited. Like I've said, tomorrow I have an episode with Irina. And you know what? Andy, I'm going to invite you to all of our groups. Because they've got groups that I'm a part of. I'm going to send you invites to all of the groups that she's got going on. Because her and Bruno, she's got all these groups, and I jump into their groups because I love what's going on in them. And the community there is really supportive, really engaging, really uplifting, and really inspiring. And if I notice that if anybody's in a kind of little whatever, the rest of the collaboration lifts everybody out of whatever they're dealing with. So that's why I really love to be there. I love you, Toby. You know what? I love you too. And I love that, you're of the same magnitude as us. And that's why I'd really love for you to come and join these communities. Because the posts are great. The people are great. The support is great. And you know what? Irina's great. Bruno's great. There's another one. Tara's great. Dina's great. Chessa's great. I could sit here and list you so many amazing connections that you will make. Yes, I will. I'll send you the invites in like 5 minutes. Guys, I love you all. Tomorrow is the episode. I don't know the episode name, but I'm going with Irina and Dina. And I'm sure she's done the episode alert, so we'll get it out there to you. But I'm going to invite all the groups and everything. Guys, I love you all. And stay tuned for the advancements in Toby's adventures. Because now that I have met a man of this caliber who is ready to go all in with me the way I go all in, it changes the dynamics of what I'm doing greatly. Because I have a solid support system. So now, yes, there are many of us connect with our tribe. Yes, very much so. And that's why I want to make sure that she gets in there. Big time. Big time. But you guys follow for more. Because you know what? There's many adventures to come. And I am so super thrilled. And you know something? When you're clear about what you want, the universe delivers. Law of least effort. You have to believe that you're entitled to it, believe you're deserving of it, and believe the universe will deliver it to you. And it magically happens with ease. With absolute ease. Anything that is from chaos, confusion, and conflict, it is not for you. Simple. The universe works with ease. Setbacks, hiccups are meant for your time to learn. And nothing but. But the flow of it is real. Maintain that flow. You don't move matter with your mind. You move it with your spirit. That's how I like to look at it. You can shift anything. Well, you know what? Shift to the right patterns within you. Receive the right people in your life. Get rid of the ones that are coming to take from you. Because as long as you let people come eat out of your garden, they will. Yes, universe got our backs. Yes. But don't be that person that says, okay, an open feast for everybody to come eat them out of my garden, when you should be worried about your harvest for the year. You know, especially if nobody else is cleaning their gardens. And what kind of, this is the best way to put it. How crazy would you be if you had a farm with a huge garden with all of your supply? Now your neighbor has a farm and your neighbor has a garden. Well, your neighbor chose not to maintain his garden, ended up with a third of the crop that you did, but meanwhile laughed at you the whole time you were weeding your garden. You going to feed that next door farmer for the rest of the winter or whatever? No. Well, guys, act the same way in your life. Build your garden, maintain your garden, water your garden, and that's dependent on you. That is when you can share it with those that need it. Don't share it with anybody that expects it from you, that will not do the work themselves. That's what I mean. And yeah, we often have that coming at us too. Everybody that wants to just ride off the coattail of your hard work, and you don't let them do that. Find the people that are meant for you. Birds of a feather flock together, just like I have. I love these groups. I love these ladies. I love everything that they do. Lots of love. I love you, Irina. I'm going to end up the live. Andy, I love you too. And I'm going to send you the invites now. But please, guys, I encourage you all. See the people that show up in your life for who they are, and not who you choose to believe them to be, with all of your excuses and your everything else. See people for who they are. And govern yourself from there all the time. I love you all. Have a great night. Love you, Andy. Love you too. Love you, Irina. I'll see you tomorrow for the show. And Andy, we'll get together. I'm going to send all the invites, and we'll get together this week for sure. Okay? I love you guys. Have a great night. Peace. Well, it's saying slow connection. It doesn't want me to disconnect. I can't even have a disconnect button. There, now I do. I love you all. Peace.